Hi John, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So how has your week been?
Been pretty good.
So tell me, remind me, what were your goals for last week?
Continue logging my substance abuse or use. Get a phone number. Hang out with one of my friends more.
Okay, so where do you want to start with? Were you able to achieve any of those goals?
Yes.
Out of all of those goals, how many were you able to achieve?
All of them.
All of them, that's great. How do you feel that you were able to achieve all your goals?
Great.
That's good. So let's talk about the big goal of your substance use. Tell me about how your substance log is going.
It's going really well. I only used a substance one time this week.
That's great. And what kept you from not using any substances besides that one time this week?
There was just no need for it.
That's great. So how do you feel that you've been almost a week without substances?
Really good.
You think this is something that you can continue?
Yes.
Do you know what the reason was for the one time you used substances?
I was a little stressed.
You were stressed. And what about using those coping mechanisms we talked about regarding stress?
I used my breathing techniques.
So how did your breathing techniques work?
They helped calm me down and they made me less anxious throughout the week.
Was it able to kind of clear your thinking and help you restart?
Yep.
That's great. So you feel that the exercises are working. Tell me a little bit more about how things are with your mom.
She's doing really well. We're talking more, and I've been managing to continue hanging out with her.
That's great. What did you guys do last week?
We went out to dinner,
Okay.
and we saw a movie at one point, and we went hiking together.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about um, spending time with new social. So I know a social environment. I know last week you said you made a new friend. How is your relationship with this new friend going?
I think it's getting better. We were able to hang out, and it went pretty well.
That's great. So what did you guys do last week?
We ended up going out to eat.
That's good. So did you gain any new phone numbers and any new friends?
I got one new phone number.
That's great. So when did you meet this person?
We met them when we went out for dinner the other night.
Very good. And how is your probation going?
Really well.
Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Um, the probation officers have been checking up on me, and I've been passing every inspection or checkup.
So how do you feel that you've been improving and that your probation officers are really happy with the way you've been behaving and checking in?
I think they're pretty satisfied.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
What more are you looking to achieve in the next few weeks of therapy?
I guess just maintain all the goals and keep everything up.
So from when you first got here to where you are this week, how much different do you feel?
I feel a good amount has changed, all for good reasons.
You feel more positive?
Yeah.
Is it feel good to be putting more positive energy into hanging with friends and spending time with your mom instead of putting your energy towards negative people and using substances? That's great. And how have you tried to reach out to your dad? Has he contacted you after the last time you tried to call him?
He did contact me. We had a conversation over the phone, but we haven't hung out yet.
So tell me a little bit more about how that conversation went.
It went pretty well. It was pretty general. I'm hoping if I do see him that we'd be able to talk more.
So how do you feel less anger towards your father right now?
A little bit, yeah.
And you feel comfortable with talking to him over the phone?
Yeah.
And are there any plans in the future for you and your dad?
Not right now, but I can keep calling him if I have to.
So do you have a goal that you want to work on with your father now that you guys are actually talking? Because I know before you did really well with trying to call him, but he didn't answer you back right away. So now that he's answered you and you know that he's willing to fix things, is there a weekly goal that you want to reach with your father every week?
Maybe at least just keep a phone conversation each week.
Keep a phone conversation each week? That's great. And how does your mom feel about all this change?
She's okay with it, but I'm sure it's harder for her than she lets on.
And just are you and your mom pretty open? Do you guys feel like you can discuss any problems that arise if necessary?
Yeah.
Good. So I want you to tell me, what do you think your new strengths are over the past few weeks after you've been learning more about yourself and doing more positive things in therapy?
My strengths would probably be talking to people and feeling comfortable about it.
So when you first came in, it was really hard for you to try to branch out and make new friends, right?
Yeah.
And you feel more comfortable and less anxious now?
Less anxious, yeah.
What else? What else do you feel like are your strengths now that you've been working on yourself for the past few weeks?
I guess not turning to drugs anymore or hanging out with people who surround themselves with drugs.
Now that's a great accomplishment. I'm so happy that you were able to reduce your substance use and really change your ways. And I'm sure that it's made you a happier and healthier person as well. And I'm glad that you've learned the ability to use other techniques and other strategies to cope with your stress and your anxiety than going to substances. How do you feel about that?
Feel great.
Now, how's your anxiety been overall? I know when you came in, last week you were very anxious and you appear less anxious today. So tell me about how your anxiety has been in the past week.
It's been a lot better. I've been able to manage it better, and if I am anxious, I'm able to sort of talk myself out of it.
That's great. And so the positive thinking and the positive statements have been working for you. And we call that positive medicine. And, having strength statements to talk to yourself and say something positive to help you get through your anxiety. So do you feel like these coping skills are working for you and that you can continue to use them in the next, even for the rest of your life whenever you get anxious?
Yeah.
Now, also in the last few weeks, you saw the doctor regarding your depression, and you were on a little bit of medication. So, how do you feel now that it's been a few weeks on that medication? How would you describe your mood?
It's improved. I definitely don't feel as restricted as I did before.
And you feel more outgoing and more positive to want to go out and not to kind of just stay home or resort to drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Now, in the future, do you feel like that would be something that you could lower yourself from, get yourself off of, and just use your anxiety techniques that you have learned?
I think if I have enough support for it, if I make enough friends and sort of keep relationships that I have going strong, I'd be able to wean off of medications if I had to.
Okay. Now that things are going better with your probation officer, and obviously your tests are coming back cleaner since you haven't been using, um, what is the next step for you to get into the military and get into training?
Um, I would have to pass all the physical exams and um, physical strength and just being prepared and in shape.
So what have you been doing for yourself to prepare you for that?
I've been going to the gym a lot.
And now that you have a new friend at the gym, have you guys been able to kind of help each other? Is
Yeah.
he also interested, this new friend, interested in getting into the military?
Not exactly.
But he's really into his fitness, so you guys could kind of help each other out.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that support. And what about your hiking and swimming classes? Any updates on those?
I'm still going to them.
And have you met any new people?
Yeah, the people in my class change from time to time, so I meet those people.
Now let me ask you this. Sometimes other people see changes in people before the actual person does. Do you feel like you can see any changes in yourself?
I think I'm happier than I was a few weeks ago, and I'm less stressed about who I'm around and what they're doing all the time and it influencing me.
So instead of focusing on the negatives and focusing on the past, you're kind of